Hey, good morning. If this video found you today, I hope it helps because I want to talk about something a bit more heavy, and that is the loneliness, the idea of this being lonely and the idea of becoming, right? The loneliness of becoming. So it's been almost a month and a half, or just a little bit, almost the end of 2 months here in Japan. And it's been great. I've been doing a lot of things. And the thing is, I've just, a couple days ago, recently, I've been feeling a bit lonely, right? A little bit homesick. And I was warned that it would definitely happen sometime. I just didn't think it'd happen quite soon. And so here I am, talking about it in hopes that my experience and what I'm going through somehow helps somebody else who's going through something like that. And yeah, so it's tough, man. It feels like there's this weight on me. It feels heavy, like it aches, right? And I think the whole impetus, or how this all started, was one day after hanging out with a friend, I was somewhere in Tokyo. I don't really remember where it was, but I was pretty close to this Filipino good specialty shop in Tokyo, and I was just like, oh hey, I've been wanting to check this place out. I might as well. I'm here now. I'm nearby. I might as well check it out, right? So I'm like, okay, I go and check it out, and it's there. I was like, wow, lots of Filipino snacks and foods from childhood. For context, I'm Filipino Australian, so yeah, it was just like, wow, everything is here. And I saw the ingredients that my mom taught me to use and uses in her cooking. So I was like, all right, cool, let's grab some, right? So I grabbed some, I go home, and that night I call my mom, right? And that's the thing with homesickness. Nowadays, it's so easy to just, video call somebody or pick up the phone, although not video call, but I call them and video call them on the phone. And you think that solves it, right? That would bridge it. And it does. I've been having lots of conversations with my mom, my dad, and my two brothers, right? But it's not the same as being in their presence. So anyway, I have all the ingredients, and that night I video call my mom, and I'm like, Mom, check what I have, and I do a little showing, and she's really excited, right? And I go, Mom, check what I bought, and I hold up this packet of sinigang mix for all my Filipino viewers. So if you're a Filipino out there, you know exactly what that is. You know exactly how good it is. It's basically this soup, or this stew, not a stew, a soup. It's very sour tasting. You can cook it with meat or whatever. Yeah, it has tomatoes and onions, but it tastes really good. If you're Filipino, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Shout outs to you. Yeah, so I hold up this packet of sinigang mix, and I'm like, Mom, can you show me how to make sinigang? And she's like, yeah, of course. And she's like, do you have this? And I'm like, of course I did. I researched it before. I kind of remember how you make it, but I want you to remind me how to make it. And she's like, okay, cool. So Mom had just gotten back from work. She's really excited. So I put her on the phone on the what do you call it? The kitchen counter, and I'd go to work. And she, teaches me how to cook and stuff. You chop the onions like this, and chop the tomatoes. You gotta wait, and all this other stuff. And it was really fun. I remember thinking it was really fun. It was as if my mom was right there with me, cooking. And so I finished the dish. It takes a while for it to cook, but she also had to, so she had to go and cook dinner for the family back home. And so she's like, okay, send me a picture and then tell me how it tastes, and then bye-bye, I love you, all that stuff, and goes away, right? And I'm like, all right, cool. So I finish the dish, and I smell it. It smells fantastic. I take a sip, and I'm like, this is awesome. So I sit down and I eat it, and then I was like, wow, it's exactly how my mom makes it. And I was like, that's awesome. But in that moment, as soon as I finished tasting it, eating it, as much as I felt her presence, as if mocking me, and in a cruel way, I guess, the universe was just like, oh yeah, she's actually not here with you right now. And I felt her absence just sharply straight after that moment. Because there she was, a couple seconds ago teaching me how to cook this. And then the next moment, it's just me, alone, in my dorm room, eating it and sipping the soup that she helped me make. And that really hurt, man. That really sucked. Feeling that sharp, feeling her presence and then feeling her absence, like right after that just took it out of me. You know, it hasn't left my mind since. It's gotten better, but like, not really. And another one was my youngest brother. You know, he's decided on a new sort of pathway that he wants to take. In the interest of his privacy, I'm not going to say, but just it's very exciting for him. The chosen profession that he wants to get into now is very demanding. It's very, very hard work, and he's going back to uni. He's going back to school for it. And he had when I was talking to him over video call, he had this sort of like resolution and like excitement at the same time. Like, no, Alonzo, like I'm going to do this. Like, this is what I've decided. And I was just like, wow. I was so proud of him in that moment. I was just like, you decided this for yourself. This is great. And then once again, as soon as I ended the call, I just sat there for a sec, and it hit me like, he's moving on with his life. My family, my friends, my loved ones back home, like, the world keeps going. Like, I'm here learning this, and they're also moving on with their life, with their lives back home. And I was like, wow. It hit me again as well, like with my brother specifically, like, I'm not gonna be there. I wasn't there physically to hug him and congratulate him and encourage him, you know, and share that moment with him, share the upcoming moments. I'm sure he's gonna go through a lot of tough times as well, and also good times as well. But I just won't be there. We can visit, but like, I won't be physically there to help him through that. And once again, that weighed heavily on me. You feel the weight, the aching, the yearningness to be there with your family, right? And I think now, the thought that's helping me sort of get through this a little bit better is recognizing that there's two versions of this so-called loneliness, right? There's a loneliness that I feel right now and back then, which is, it's sadness that's like forced upon you. It's the realization that you're here where they aren't, or they're not here with you. It's the realization of, you know, all the things that remind you, and it hits you like a truck, like the sadness hits you like a truck, and the loneliness hits you with a truck. And also how they're like moving on with their own lives and you're not there to support them. That's big truck and people walking by. I swear when I hit record sometimes, it was so quiet in the park just like a couple of minutes ago, and then boom, everything decides to happen at once while I'm filming this super emotional, sort of off the cuff, like off my chest kind of thing. But anyway, so yeah, there's this loneliness which is like forced upon you, right? And that is heavy. It feels heavy. It aches. You feel this yearning to see them again in person for an extended amount of time. But then there's also the other version, and the one that I think that I want to keep in mind going forward, and that's solitude. Right? The difference between the two is solitude is the choice to be alone. It's the choice to, step away, to hold your own life, and to become, right? To become something else. To become the version of you that you've always wanted to be, right? And that's painful because solitude and loneliness, I think, they conjure up the same sort of harrowing sadness and feelings of loneliness, right? The difference is solitude is something that you choose. And with it, loneliness sort of pushes you down, but solitude, same, but like also gives you a little bit of solace, like a little bit of comfort, knowing that one day it won't be like this because you're putting yourself through this to get to a destination, right? There's like this forward trajectory, forward momentum to it. So yeah, so if you're watching this, man, like, and you feel lonely, like, you have to keep in mind that, you can feel loneliness, but you can also choose solitude. And for me, I think to become who you are, to become the person that you always know you can be, to step into that life that you know is for you, is meant for you. Solitude is a prerequisite, man. There's no getting around it. You have to choose to be alone, to go through all the quiet moments, the yearning, the aching, quiet moments that nobody ever sees. You don't ever tell anybody about it. And it sucks. It's heavy, but you have to do it. That's how you learn a lot about yourself, who you are in the absence of external influences and forces, right? You learn who you are. It is not pain, but it is the forge of where like what you use to become who you will become, who you already are. You're just catching up to that version of yourself that you know already exists in the future. So yeah, I thought I'd share that today with you, that difference of loneliness, homesickness, and solitude. Because that's one of the things that is helping me sort of, whenever those feelings crop up again, I remind myself, no, this is my path. I chose this. I choose this right now. Yeah, it might suck. One day I'll see my mom, my dad, my brothers again. Obviously, they're going to come visit. But for now, I remind myself that this is the solitude. This is what I chose. This is necessary. It won't be like this all the time. The feeling will go away, but this is what I need to do. This is the point in my life where I need to be alone to figure things out by myself. It sucks, but it is a prerequisite to where I want to go. So yeah, that's it for me. Drop a subscribe, follow for more, and I'll see you in the next one.